Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Greetings, my fellow kings and queens. Grand rising. It's Miranda Garcia, a.k.a. The Money Queen, and you're listening to Regality Radio with Primacy Podcast. It's the pre-show, and you're first to know. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Bast Box, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and JioSaavn. It's 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 3:30 p.m. London Time. I'm super excited to share this show across the globe and get ready to fully launch this September 27th. Come on in, don't be shy, feel free to share, like, comment, and follow the fellow rings and I. It's an honor to have you all. And on today's Primacy Podcast, we're going to talk about why do we need to be reminded? Why should we consistently remind ourselves and ones around us? According to this theory, a memory trace is created every time a new theory is formed. Meaning, when we learn ourselves something new, add new data to our brains, it forgets the stuff not used often to make room for new knowledge. The decay theory suggests that over time, these memory traces begin to fade and disappear as we forget things to make room for new things. Sometimes we overlook certain things. Like, for example, I know that could have been a little confusing, so let me better explain. When we read a book or watch a movie for the very first time, we don't expect to see exactly what is coming. But once we watch it a second time, we realize there are things we remember, and there are things in that movie or book that we didn't notice or see the first time. This goes very deep, and I know I've probably already lost the average-minded ones here, but don't let that stop you from listening. The more we fill our minds with this type of stuff, the more we understand how to utilize our freedom and mindsets. This goes a long way from mindset to physical success. We have to go back and look over our work, remind ourselves, mindset and control, affirmations, reread the same story multiple times. Like Bill Gates says, he will pack a book for his trips and reread that same book 5, 6, 7, or even more times in one day each day he's on his trip. We as humans don't have the mental capacity to withhold all of the data we are taught. Therefore, even without trauma or without a mental health issue, we as humans still forget it's in our nature. It happens. Although trauma and mental health issues are the main reason for forgetting things, at some point it's completely normal and it happens to all of us. Now, reminding ourselves about some of our own core beliefs, values, and focusing on positive affirmations is a way to release tension and truly remind us why we do what we do. It gives us a chance to reflect on the past and the present while preparing us for the better coming future. By taking our failures and learning from them, turning our weaknesses into positive energy and power, it's important to always remind ourselves that we can be better as our own individual past being, and that only good will win over evil. The only person we are on competition with is our past selves. We all need to have reminders. Even when we think we know everything, we need reminders to learn new things. We need reminders to form new habits. These positive reminders are made to help challenge and overcome your self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When we repeat them often and believe in them, we can start to make and see positive changes form. Self-affirmations also are shown to help lower the effect of stress and depression. So practicing this daily, even if it's for 2 minutes, will really take it a long way. I know it feels weird at first and it might be out of your comfort zone. It was mine too. But that just means it's needed. And sooner than later, it will come naturally. When we are stressed, our minds are not focused and we tend to naturally slip. It happens to the best of us. It's sort of like we all have to piss and shit. Well, we all need to focus on the positive and remind ourselves how important we are individually. Remind ourselves we live in a shared world. Remember to love unconditionally and reach out appropriately. If we consistently tell ourselves something, whether it's negative or positive, sooner or later, we begin to believe in it. So that's when speaking into existence comes into play. And we'll talk about that on Monday. Today, let's focus on reminding ourselves how talented you are, how much you are needed somewhere for someone. Remind yourself how important you are to this world, no matter how much you feel you're not. Remind yourself how far you have already made it, and there is no turning back. Remind yourself that things could be worse. And most of all, remind yourself that you are all that you truly need. And don't only remind yourself, but write it down somewhere. Get a journal. My personal fave, sticky notes, or an online document even. Those work great. And I promise you, practicing this for over 30 days, for at least 2 minutes a day, you will become more efficient and it will become more effective in your own lifestyle or way, however it feels comfortably focused to you. And I want to help make it that way with your journey. So I am Miranda Garcia, aka the Money Queen, born into poverty, raised to never give up, with a will to break generational curses, from networking and ending world poverty to creating world peace and prosperity, with the help of all my fellow rangs, leading by example. If you would like to get started on your own success journey, come connect with us by contacting myself or someone within the team. You can learn more about me and my mission by visiting my personal website shared in the About Me section of all my social media platforms. I want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for giving me the opportunity to experience this short but memorizing change in the decade with such successors. It's been an honor and my pleasure. For the rest of today, let's end this Friday out right and listen to some diverse tunes. Thank you again, and we will see you soon, okay? Peace. Mwah.